Welcome everybody to week one of my Madden franchise. Just to let everybody know, the way I run my franchise is, first of all, I'm running on Madden 24 PC, and it's a modded version of the game that I personally did myself. Um, I'm not going to go over every single change that I've modded into the game, but basically some of the key things are uh, the computer teams basically run the clock more so that I can run 15-minute quarters and get a realistic amount of plays. Um, Also, because I slow sim, I also modded the, the teams as they play can actually have a chance of missing field goals that are under 49 yards. In the base game, as you probably know, the computer basically hits 100% of their field goals under 49 yards, and so there's not real, there's not much, there's not much missing of field goals that go on in the base game. So basically, I modded the game so you can actually see the computer miss extra points and chip shot field goals, just like in a real NFL. So it's going to be important to have a good kicker in this franchise. And as I go along, I'll mention some other things that I've modified. It's a bunch of things. I'll list out more things in the description of the video. But just to let you know that that's basically the setup I'm using here. All my settings are modded. I'm not modifying sliders, except for the XP sliders. But as far as gameplay, I'm not modifying any gameplay sliders. It's all internally modded into the game. I chose the Houston Texans to run my first franchise with. We'll introduce the team and go over maybe some changes we potentially want to make either this week or in the coming weeks. So if we look at the team here, of course we have C.J. Stroud at quarterback, rookie quarterback. Best quarterback on the team, even though he's a rookie. Day one starter, basically, right? No surprises there. We also have David Mills and Casey Keenum, which let's hope we never have to use them. At halfback, we actually have two pretty good halfbacks, right? We have Dameon Pierce, second-year guy out of Florida. His overall is slightly above Singletary. I think I'm going to start Dameon Pierce, though, and use Singletary in third down situations. At fullback, we have Andrew Beck, a solid fullback. Wide receiver, kind of a mixed bag, as you can see here. A whole bunch of bodies at wide receiver. Nobody really stands out. That's probably going to be a position we want to upgrade in the offseason. We have a total of 5. We may need to look at adding a wide receiver potentially. At tight end, we have Dalton Schultz at tight end. He's our starter. He's our obvious starter here. A couple bodies behind him. Left tackle, we have Laramie Tunsil, and he's the best player on our team, but a 95 overall. Left guard, kind of mediocre interior offensive line for the Texans. That's a potential position I think we might need to upgrade. Either via trade or in the off season, depending on how we're doing, I guess. At center, Matt Paradis, average starter at center, 9-year veteran. Right guard, Shaq Mason's a pretty good right guard, but as you can see, we don't seem to have much depth in the interior offensive line. So if we have any injuries, that could be an issue. Right tackle, George Fant, solid starter, 7-year player. Again, it looks like we only have 3 offensive tackles, so that's something certainly that we're going to need to keep an eye on in terms of the team's health. On the defensive line, we run a 4-3 scheme, so we're going to want to have at least 4 solid defensive linemen as starters. At left end, we have 2 We have Jeremy Hughes Jr. and Jonathan Greenard. Nothing spectacular there, obviously. At right defensive end, we have Will Anderson, the rookie from Alabama. Awesome player with a lot of potential there. At defensive tackle, kind of an average group there. We have Sheldon Rankins. He's our best player in the interior defensive line. So that's certainly a position group that we're going to be looking to upgrade. Left outside linebacker. It doesn't look like we have many linebackers. I like to have at least 6 linebackers when I'm running a 4-3. So I think the Texans only have 5. So that might be something. That might be a group we want to upgrade before we play our first game. We have Denzel Perryman as our starting middle linebacker, and he's on an 80. And then we only have one true right outside linebacker in Christian Harris. That might be a position that I think that outside linebacker might be a position we want to upgrade before our first game, as I mentioned. At corner, we have Steven Nelson. He's our best cornerback with an 80 overall. Shaquille Griffin is a solid cornerback as well, but I think once you get beneath him, it goes down pretty quickly. Free safety, we have 3 free safeties on the team, so that might be a position we may not. I don't think we can need 3 free safeties, so that might be a position we can subtract in order to add a linebacker. At strong safety, we have Jimmy Ward. He might be our second best player on the team. Very good strong safety there. And we also have 3 strong safeties, which I don't think we need 6 safeties on the active roster. So I think that's something we're gonna have to change there. At kicker, we have Camille Fairbairn. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier in our franchise, it's going to be more important to have a good kicker in my franchise, as it traditionally is in the base game of Madden. Although I think we already have a solid kicker here, so I don't think that's going to be much of an issue for us here. Punter, we have a rookie punter, Ty Zenser. We have to keep an eye on him. I'm not. It's not always a top priority for me to have an elite punter, but I think we can probably see how he performs in the first game before deciding what to do with him. Kick returner, we have Tank Dell, rookie punt returner, very good punt returner, with an 81 overall. Same thing with punt returning. He also does the punt returning there. I'm not going to go through the kickoff specialist. Long snapper, we have Shock Mason there. Third down running back, Devin Singletary is going to be the third down running back with Damian Pierce behind him. It'd be good to have Devin Singletary getting some playing time there, being that Damian Pierce is the starter. At slot, we have Robert Woods with a 77 overall. And there's our team. Obviously, not a lot of talent, or not a lot of elite talent anyway. We have a lot of potential on the team, especially at the quarterback position. But the first thing I want to do is see if we can sign an outside linebacker. If I go here, master. So let's see if we can find a right outside linebacker. I don't care. Let's see, we have Kyle Van Noy, I should say, who's available, and he's a scheme fit, so I think that might be a good option there. With only he's only wanting 230K. I think that's a no-brainer there. Oh, here it's saying 2.5 mil. I don't know if that's a glitch or what. We have 25 million in cap room though, so I think that's probably it's still probably a good fit for us to sign him. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign him. And that means, of course, we have to cut somebody. And I'm thinking we can definitely cut one of those low tier safeties that are on our roster. Let's see, we have Graylin Arnold here. I think we can cut. He's a 66 overall, and we're already too deep at strong safety, so I'm going to go ahead and release him. All right, and I'm going to want to adjust our depth chart. So now he's obviously going to be our best right outside linebacker now. 3, and that gives us a total of 6 outside linebacker, 6 linebackers. So I think we're good there now. I don't like to make too many changes before the season starts. At the beginning of a franchise, I like to see the team play a few games before I make any major moves. And obviously, a lot's going to depend on how well the team is doing. Whether we're buying or selling. So, I think I'm going to stand pat for now in terms of the active roster. Let's go ahead and set our season goal. I think a reasonable goal for this team. I think we should make the playoffs. I think that this team has potential. We have a nice young quarterback. I think it's not an unreasonable thing to try and shoot for the playoffs here. So I'm going to commit for that goal. And let's go ahead and speak to the media. Not my favorite part of the game. But let's see if we can get any boost that will help us out in this upcoming game here. Key to the victory. I think our offense has a better chance of succeeding against the Ravens, which is our first game. So I'm going to say dominating offense here. And I'm just going to skip through this. What's our main focus? I love our running game. We have 2 good running backs on our team who I think can be very successful in that first week. So I'm going to select that. All right, and so our incentive is to rush for 150 plus yards, which I think it's possible. It's going to be tough, but I think it's possible. All right, we also have another scenario here. Set expectations for your rookie quarterback's first start. Well, C.J. Stroud is certainly a good quarterback for a rookie. I expect him to show some flashes. I think that's a reasonable outcome there. So let's see, beat the Ravens and get 2+ passing touchdowns with C.J. Stroud. Okay. All right, got one more scenario for game planning the elite quarterback. So obviously we have the Ravens week 1, so we're playing Lamar Jackson. The funny thing about these scenarios is you're not really picking the keys to the game. These scenarios are more gamey in that it's giving you boosts based on what you're picking. So if it was truly, if I'm truly being asked what the key to the game is, it's to contain the scrambling, right? But really, I'm trying to, for this game, you want to pick what you think you can accomplish, and I don't know that we're going to be able to contain his scrambling. I think we're more likely to limit his passing. So I'm actually going to pick that. All right, so now we have another goal: beat the Ravens and hold them to less than 250 yards passing, which I think is doable. All right, and my defense will get some boost here, plus 3 man and zone coverage. I'll take that. I've already hired and assigned my scouts. Again, I'm not a fan of the scouting system in Madden 24. It is very tedious, so I did that off camera. We'll obviously take a closer look to the draft as the franchise progresses. As I mentioned, I slow sim my games. I also slow sim the other games of the computer control teams. It takes a long time, but it's well worth it. In that, you're not comparing apples and oranges for, using the fast sim engine versus the slow sim engine. So you get more accurate stats and you get a more accurate representation of the teams when you go to play the teams as far as what their records are, because everybody's using the same engine every week. So I do stream many of my games on my Twitch channel. I will post a link to my Twitch channel in the video description. And basically what I like to do is I will show the slow sim of my team's game on this video. It'll be kind of edited because it could take a long time to slow sim a game, and parts of it may go a little bit slow. So we'll see how that works out. So with that, let's get to our first game against the Ravens, and let's see how we can do. All right, it's the opening drive for the Ravens. It's 3rd down and 7. Jackson trying to convert here. He drops back and he almost throws an interception. Missed opportunity there for the Texans. Griffin dropping the interception. Next drive, Stroud drops back and a nice completion to Collins here for 31 yards. Might have been a blown coverage by the Ravens. Later on, same drive, Price with a nice run right here in the red zone, approaching the red zone. Later on, same drive, Stroud throws short, and he throws an interception in the end zone. Missed opportunity there for the Texans. Rock Ya-Sin with the interception. Blown opportunity there by the Texans. You can see there he just threw the pass a little bit short. Next drive, Ravens with 3rd down and 3. Gus Edwards with a nice run to pick up the first down. He almost took it to the house if it wasn't for that tackle. Same drive, a completion to Odell Beckham, but he's a yard short, so the Texans actually get another stop in this first quarter. Pierce with another nice run to begin the next drive. He has 2 rushes for 21 yards already. Same drive, and Stroud is unable to make a 3rd down conversion here. It's going to be 4th down. They will have to punt again. Next drive, Jackson completes on 3rd down, but once again they fall 1 yard short. And that's pretty much going to be the end of the quarter. Both teams unable to score. As you can see, the Texans with a solid rushing attack and passing attack. They were able to move the ball a couple times, but unable to score. So onward to the 2nd quarter we go. Jackson back to throw. And he's unable to convert the 3rd down. Later on in the 2nd quarter, both teams trade multiple punts. And C.J. Stroud, with 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter, throws another interception to Marcus Williams. As the replay is going to show, he just underthrew it a little bit, it appears. And Marcus Williams just read the throw. Ravens taking advantage. A nice throw up the middle to Andrews, the tight end. Less than 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Jackson to Likely, another 1st down. Under 2 minutes to go. Game is still tied at 0. And the Ravens put it in the end zone. And the throw to Bateman is for a touchdown. And the Ravens get on the scoreboard with a minute left to go in the half. They take advantage of the interception by Stroud. Ravens up 7-0. Ensuing drive. Texans cannot convert. Stroud struggling in the 1st half, going 9 for 19 so far. Ravens get the ball back with 40 seconds left in the 1st half. And a nice completion to Bateman. They're inside the 40-yard line of the Texans. Tucker gets to attempt a 56-yard field goal with 9 seconds left. And he makes it. And the Texans go down 10-0 in the 1st half. Texans struggling on offense. They had a good first couple drives, but had to turn over in the 1st drive, and wasn't able to convert 3rd downs in the later drives. So we're now in the 3rd quarter. Texans get a nice 1st down on their opening drive. Stroud back to throw. Another conversion to the tight end Schultz. Texans driving. Stroud's rolling out. Gets a completion to Collins, I believe. They're now deep in the Ravens territory. And Stroud with a nice throw in the end zone to Collins. That's Robert Woods for a touchdown. Stroud gets his 1st touchdown of his career. Extra point is good. It is now 10-7 Ravens. Ravens driving, though, on the ensuing drive. Nice 1st down right there to Flowers. They're now at the 28-yard line. Jackson throwing to Beckham at the 10-yard line, 1st down. So Ravens now have it 3rd and goal, and the ball is dropped in the end zone. I think this is 4-down territory for the Ravens. They try and run it in, and the Texans defense stops them. Great penetration by the Texans D-line. First down run, Pierce with a nice run here for over 20 yards. Pierce now has 10 rushes for 58 yards. Second down and 4 here. Stroud with a nice run around the end, all the way to the 50-yard line. Approaching the end of the quarter now. Stroud is back to throw. Woods completes it but breaks a tackle. Nice run after catch for Woods there to the 35-yard line of the Ravens. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. 10-7 Ravens. Can the Texans catch the Ravens on this drive? So we're now in the fourth. Same drive. Texans get stopped on third down inside a field goal range, so they'll have to attempt a field goal. This looks like a 47-yard field goal. And they get it. It's tie game at 10-10 now. Ensuing drive, Jackson tries to run the ball, but he fumbles and the Texans recover at the 15-yard line. What a break for the Texans. They get a field goal off of it. Next drive, Jackson runs again and inexplicably fumbles again. And the Texans recover this one as well. Well inside of the Ravens' territory. Can the Texans take advantage this time? He's back. Stroud is back to throw. He throws. And Collins is open and he gets a touchdown. Stroud has a second touchdown of the day. And now we have the extra point to make it a 10-point game. And he gets it. It is now 20-10 Texans. Next drive, Ravens. With a nice run up the middle here by Edwards. First and 15 after a penalty. Pass to Bateman for a first down. Jackson here scrambles for a big gain all the way to the 15-yard line of the Texans. Texans help kind of kept them in check all day up until now. So the Ravens elect to kick a field goal here and make it a 1-point game with almost 6 minutes left. Chip shot field goal is good. It is now 20-13. Texans with the ball on 3rd and 8, and Stroud throws deep into double coverage, so they're going to have to punt. Next drive, Ravens. Another run by Jackson. Looks to be a big gainer. He jukes number 5, but hold on. There's a penalty. So the Texans catch a break there. 3rd and 13 by the Ravens. He throws and it's complete to Flowers for a first down. With 3:56 remaining in the game. So it's a 2-minute warning. 20-13 Texans. Jackson back to throw. And once again he has Flowers. They're up to the 32-yard line now. 46 seconds left. Jackson runs. Is he going to make it? No, he's short. He dives short of the end zone. Next play, he throws to a wide open Flowers for the potential tying touchdown. Texas clearly blew a coverage there. So to tie the game, the extra point is good. With 39 seconds left. And we're at the end of regulation, tied up at 20. So Ravens win the toss in overtime. Jackson's back to throw. Completes the ball to Bateman, number 7. For a nice gain. Now it's 3rd and 9. Complete. That's the tight end. Nice completion to Andrews. That's his 7th catch of the game. Jackson back to throw again. And that's Flowers again. He misses. He breaks a tackle, and now he gets to the 28-yard line. It's now 4th down. Ravens going to attempt a field goal here. And it is good. 23-20 Ravens. Texans get one more shot at it, though, with the new overtime rules. 3rd down and 10. Later on, only 2 minutes left in overtime. Can they tie it, at least? And Stroud takes a sack. It is now 4th down. Desperation time here for the Texans. 4th and 24. That's Jadeveon Clowney on with the sack. One last desperation play as we're at the 2-minute warning. 4th down. Can the Texans convert? And it's incomplete. Very close to a completion there. But the Ravens are going to win this game 23-20. And a hard-fought game for the Texans. They made a couple of key mistakes that cost them the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the highlights from the game. It was, to be honest, I'm not terribly proud of it or the amount of time it took to come up with the highlights. So I'll probably be experimenting with how to best record the highlight, the gameplay, and experiment with how to, how to verbalize it. So anyway, we lost 23-20. Looking at the stats, we each had 2 turnovers in the game. They had 2 fumbles. We threw 2 picks, and honestly, it's not that surprising given it's our rookie quarterback's first game. 3rd down conversions wasn't very good. I think we went 4 for 13 or something like that. I don't know why the post-game stats don't show the attempts. Dominated time of possession. We moved the ball at times, I think, but we had the key interception in the end zone in the first quarter that hurt, and I think we struggled around the ball in the second half. So looking at the player stats, you can see Stroud with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. For a 57% completion percentage, you'd like to see that higher. You'd like to see yards per attempt be a little bit higher. Quarterback rating is 65.9. Lamar Jackson. I thought we pretty much held him in check, especially his running ability. He had 1 long run, I think, in the 3rd quarter. But besides that, I think we kind of held him in check. He has 61 yards rushing, which I guess could be better, but it's not one of his blowout games that he tends to have every now and then. Gus Edwards, I think we did an adequate job against him. He only averaged 3.7 yards a carry. In terms of our running game, I think Pierce had a solid day. I don't think we got him quite enough carries. I think I think once we got down by 10 points, we kind of got away from the run a little bit. Singletary got in the game a lot. Although he only averaged 3.5 yards per carry. One thing I think I didn't mention before with the mod, one key change with the mod is running back's going to get a lot more, backup running back's going to get a lot more carries with this mod because stamina is way higher in the mod. And so that causes the running backs especially to get swapped in and out of the game more frequently than in the base game. Receiving, Mark Andrews kind of killed us a little bit. He had 8 receptions. Nico Collins for us had a pretty good game, 6 receptions for 92 yards. It seems like Rashad Bateman, he only had 6 catches, but they all came in key situations, it seemed like. Pass protection wasn't too bad. We gave up 2 sacks. Tunzo even gave up a sack, which is unlike him, and it was a key sack late in the game, so that was kind of disappointing. Defensively, our middle linebacker, I think had a good game. He had 12 tackles. He also had 2 pass deflections, so solid game by him. Game was, I think, just a couple key plays cost us that game. So, well, with that, it's a 23-20 loss to the Ravens, a division rival. Hopefully, we can make up for it next week against the Colts. I think that's going to do it for week 1 of my franchise. Be on the lookout on my Twitch channel where I'll be slow simming the rest of these franchise games, where you can view many of them live. And so next time when this, for the week 2 video, all these games will have already been simulated, and we'll have a recap of that. Thanks again for checking out my video. Be sure and like and subscribe to the channel. Comments, I'm always welcome to feedback as long as they're constructive. Let me know what you think. Thanks again.